Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzamos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empires free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now, it takes a while. It takes a lot to understand the narcissist and how they operate. It takes a while. And as a victim of abuse, you might be having that question: is the narcissist really missing you? Are they missing you? I know, okay, so maybe in that time you're going through this discard and everything. You haven't got the closure that you want. They just ran off to somebody else and vanished into thin air. And now you're thinking in your mind, where is these individuals? Do they really miss me? Do they miss me? Do they miss you? Does the narcissist miss you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you the answer is yes, okay? The answer is yes. I know you may not believe it because the discard was brutal, okay? The discard was brutal, and now you're trying to think that this person that discarded you, they're not thinking about you, or, they don't miss you, or stuff like that. Now, first of all, the narcissist misses you. That's the truth. Forget about the incident on the situation of the new supply. Okay, so those guys are there. It is their time to suffer, and it is their time to go through the abuse. So you're out there, you've been discarded, you're taking a break, and you're working on yourself. Of course, you're healing, and you're doing some work and putting in some work on yourself. Forget about the person they're with. Okay, there will be this honeymoon stage, of course. They'll be dating this person, of course, after you, and they will be showing everybody everything is nice. They will be posting a lot of these social media pictures, and you'll be seeing a lot of these videos. Sometimes they might even send you some of these, the pictures and the videos and everything of their new supplies, because they always want to be seen, okay? But it is very important to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the narcissist is highly dysfunctional, okay? You have got that thing in you which believes, and it wants to convince yourself. You really, really want to convince yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I would not blame you, because I was in that place at some point in time. So you really want to convince yourself that this whole thing is a game, so it's not happening, okay? So this person has run off. They have married somebody new in the next 2-3 months, or maybe somebody's pregnant. Now they are living this new life and everything. And on the outside, it looks nice, okay? It looks okay. It looks like they are having the best time of their lives, which indeed they are in the early days of the the discard, the early days, weeks, and sometimes months, okay? But remember, there always comes that time when the narcissist burns out, okay? So they burn out because, you see, they have a lot of pressure and intensity in the beginning. They come with a very heavy love bomb and everything. The love bomb, and all, they're buying you all these things and they're praising you, all this kind of stuff in the beginning. Those are the honeymoon stages, the honeymoon stages of the narcissist, okay? But as the time progresses, they burn out because they have nothing more to offer. They have already used up everything that they know, and they have already used up all the resources to enter this relationship, and most likely that person now is trauma bonded, okay? So the abuse will usually start. We're talking about the new supply, so the abuse now will start, and as the time progresses, they're going to start burning out. So they're going to start abusing that same individual the same way that they used to abuse you. But remember, now they're getting bored in that particular time when you guys have already separated, so you're out there doing your own thing, and the narcissist is now starting to miss, because the reality is starting to kick in that there's most likely they could have done a mistake. Because, you see, every time the narcissist enters a new relationship, they always look back to their old supplies, and they always believe there's that thing that clicks in their mind that they have most likely done a very big mistake, you know, and sometimes most of the cases it's too late. So it's why you see a lot of times they are coming around to hoover you, because they want to come back and hoover you and bring you back, and the abuse will start over again, because they believe you are their person, and they know that they have made a mistake. How are you going to know that the narcissist is missing you? There will be signs, okay? Like I've said, it takes a whole level of awareness to understand the narcissist, okay? So you have first of all to get inside of their mind, to understand how they do things and why they do those things in the first place, okay? So if you see any of these signs, then you have got to be sure that that narcissist is missing you. The sign number one, they are sending you messages at inappropriate times. So let's say, for example, they are sending you text messages or DMs or whatever in the middle of the night. Everybody is supposedly in bed at that moment. You already know they are with the new supply. They're already seeing somebody else, but at the same time, they are sending you text messages, message after message. Okay, so you are seeing these messages popping up in the middle of the night. You should ask yourself a question as in this person, they told you that they were happy with the new supply. They are with this new individual. Now you should think in your head, why is the narcissist texting you in the middle of the night? So what they will usually do, they will run off with their telephone in the bathroom, in the toilets, when the new supply is sleeping, and they're going to start texting you, okay? Those are some of the signs when you see a lot of texts are coming in very awkward hours, inappropriate hours, middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or sometimes you will see that they have sent you a message 4 o'clock in the morning. You have got to know the narcissist is missing you, okay? Now they are starting to think, it's kicking in. It's starting to sink in that they most likely are going to lose you permanently, and they are trying to see if there's a way they can try to get in touch with you, even if they are with somebody new. So that's why I've said sometimes the narcissist is a very disturbing individual, so very dysfunctional, and sometimes they can cause you to get into problems, okay? So if you kind of see those kind of messages popping up every now and then in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the night, whatever they are calling you, and you already know that they're with somebody else, you're not supposed to respond to those messages. Actually, in fact, for starters, you should have blocked that narcissist a long time ago, okay? Because they are going to land you into problems. They're going to be caught up texting you, and sometimes the new supply is going to think that you're trying to catch up with the narcissist or whatever, and most of the times you're going to be sure the new supply is always worried and insecure about the old supply, okay? So they're also worried about you. So don't reply to those texts when they are coming in. It's a sign that the narcissist is missing you. The other thing I will say, when I talk about the narcissist missing you, I do not necessarily say that or mean that the narcissist is missing you because, they have all of a sudden realized that they love you so much, and they have done this huge mistake of going into the new relationship and whatever, and all of a sudden they want you back. No. The narcissist is starting to see and realize that the supply they're getting from this new supply could not be the same amount of fuel they're getting from they could have been getting from you. So they're starting to compare the two of you, because when the narcissist is in a new relationship, normally they are going to compare the old and the new supply, and they're going to see who is better than who. Okay, so this one may be this one may be good in bed, the other one may have had a lot of money, this one may have a lot of empathy than the other one, so this one could have been dressing better than the other one. So they're going to be comparing the two of you together. And most of the times they are going to realize that there is so many things that they cannot get with the new supply, okay? Because you see, at the end of the day, everybody has got their own swagger, okay? So everybody has got their own way of doing things. And sometimes, as always, people are not the same. So they have got into this new relationship. The new supply may come in with his or her own swagger, which is non-relatable to yours as well, you see? Because there's a reason as to why you spent a good number of years with the narcissist. That is because he was the grade A supply. Now, the narcissist misses those things that you used to do for them, okay? So sometimes they miss seeing you dressed in a certain way on the weekend, or they miss you sometimes those little moments you used to spend on the weekends going, having these little parties or going up and down. This thing, there's always something that you miss with somebody. But when it comes to the narcissist, because they are dysfunctional and they will never realize that they have been the cause of this whole breakup of that relationship, they will usually come into that realization that there is a lot of things that they reminisce about you, okay? Like any other relationship, okay? Of course, like anybody else was, even if it's not a narcissist, a person can always miss their exes. But you see, the narcissist does not miss you for the right purposes. The narcissist does not miss you. If you're a regular person, you can miss somebody because you really loved those people, okay? So you could not be together for some reasons. Maybe have moved up country, or maybe things just simply didn't work out. But of course you miss them, but in an authentic way. The narcissist only misses those things that you used to do for them, okay? So the fuel that you used to give them, the energy that you used to give them, the supply that you used to give them. They do not miss you as an individual, okay? So that's the problem where a lot of people get it twisted. People, they think that because the narcissist is all of a sudden texting you and, trying to look around for you and everything, trying to get in touch with you. A lot of people, they get it twisted and they think that the narcissist all of a sudden, they have realized their mistake and they want you back. They are not wanting you back as a person. This is what you need to click in your head. They do not want you back as a person. They only want you back because they are missing the fuel that you used to give them, okay? So because these are empty shells, they are balloons, these are vampires, energy vampires. The only thing they want from you is your energy. So when the more energy they get from you, the better for them. Now that you're gone, they are missing that energy you used to give them. It could be that sometimes they have met somebody who is in no way compared to you most of the times. So they can in no way give them that same energy or fuel that you used to give them when you was with them. So of course they miss that energy as well. So that is how you know that these narcissists, they do miss you when they start comparing you with the new supply. Oh, that one used to do this, why don't you do this? This one used to do that, why don't you do this? So you are different from the other one. Sometimes you will see them fighting with the new supply. They're asking them why are they cooking food in a certain way. For you used to cook food in a different way, and now the new supply is over here cooking things in a different way. Maybe the way they drive the cars, or the way they mop the house, or the way they washing the clothes. And it can be anything. They are on a daily basis comparing you with the new supply. That is a very big sign that the narcissist is missing you, okay? So the other sign that the narcissist is missing you is when, how do you know that the narcissist is missing you? This is the time when the narcissist will start to recreate you, to recreate the new supply to look like you. I'm hoping I'm using the right words here. Now, you may sometimes see it's been months, okay, so 3-4 months, maybe 6 months. It could even sometimes be a year. And all of a sudden you're checking on your social media, whatever, platforms and everything, and you're seeing this new supply with the narcissist. They are most likely dressed in the same clothes that you have, okay? So you could have had a certain t-shirt that you used to like back in the days. And you've not heard from these people for a very long period of time. Now you wake up one day, you're checking in your Facebook, whatever, Instagram, and you're seeing this new supply is exactly dressed like you. They are wearing the same shoes. Most likely they're driving the same car like you. Most likely they have bought the same watch like you. Most likely it looks like it's another copy of you in a different body. Now, when you see this situation whereby you're seeing a lot of times the new supply is happening to wear your same clothes, probably they're buying their clothes in the same shop that you used to. Sometimes they are copying your swagger, the same chains, the same necklace, the same deodorants or whatever, the same shoes, everything, okay? And sometimes they're even trying to copy the way that you used to do things at home. So there was a way that the narcissist was used to doing things when they were with you. So the new supply is now starting to do the similar things. You may sometimes see it in the photos. They have set up the living room the same way that you guys used to do it back in the days. Sometimes you can look at the bedroom and they're using the same type of bed sheets. You have got to know this is a very dysfunctional person. And now because they have lost you probably permanently or whatever, temporarily, it doesn't matter, but now they are using that new person. They are recreating that new person to look like you. They're starting to copy each and everything that you do, okay? That is another way for you to know that the narcissist is really, really missing you. The other sign which will be actually an addition to the one I've just said, that the narcissist is missing you, is when the narcissist all of a sudden calling you and asking you about that particular book that you used to read. They could call you and ask you about the book that you used to like reading back in the days. Oh, can you tell me about this book? I've been reading this book, but I don't know what happened here, or things like that. Sometimes they are calling you and asking you about a particular movie that you used to watch back in the days with the narcissist. Sometimes they are calling you and asking you, oh, you know what, I've been putting some furniture in this living room. Can you recommend which side can I put which furniture? So they are trying to engage you in their private lives. And they are trying to make sure that they engage you in whatever it is they got going on with the new supply. So they are calling you and asking you about the food that you used to cook. Maybe they want to use that recipe and now they are calling you because they want you to cook that particular food that you ate with them back in the days. All of a sudden now they miss the food that you used to eat. They miss the way that you used to arrange the house. They miss those weekend walks on the beach. They miss this and they miss that. So they are calling you and asking you about the lifestyle that you guys used to live. They want to catch up with that lifestyle that you guys used to live. It could be clothes, a type of clothes to wear, a way to spend the weekends, a type of food that you guys used to eat, a particular type of drink, or it could be a book, or it could be a movie, whatever. They are getting in touch with you and asking you about something that you used to do back in the days when you was with them. That is a very big sign, actually, that the narcissist is missing you, and now they don't know what to do with themselves. They are stuck probably with this new supply, and they are thinking how can they catch up with the old times. You see, but the problem is at this moment that you're gone. Now they are finding a way. How can they have you around without having you physically? So how can they energetically have you around them without you being there physically? Okay, so that's why they are getting in contact with you and asking you about particular recipes of food that you used to eat, or that's why you're seeing the new supply all of a sudden is dressed like you, driving the same car like you, using the same deodorant, or probably the same shoes like you, those kind of stuff. They are recreating somebody to look like you, okay? But we already know that everybody has got their own swagger, and nobody, you cannot compare anyone to anyone. So everybody has got their own style of doing things, and we shall always never be the same. And that's why these energy vampires do not understand. So if you have seen some of those signs that I've mentioned in this video, I would like you to let us know in the comment section below. Let us know if you've seen some of these things I'm talking about. And until then, remember that narcissistic abuse is real, ladies and gentlemen. Do not take your life for granted. If you're out, stay out and continue working on yourself to heal, okay? And do not go back there. Do not fall for the hovers and forget about the narcissist. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can't book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings.